record our lessons. So if you are away, you can go to, there will be a channel. I think I haven't set it up yet. I think I have not set it up yet. Let's go and see. Actually, before we leave, I did want to show you this. You see how there's all this nonsense over on the left-hand side taking up all that space, right? And it's nice that it's there because if you want to go to 1.1b mass and weight, you can find it. But when you're reading this, maybe you don't want it there. Do you see this little bookshelf here? What do you think is going to happen when I click on that bookshelf? Any guesses? It's going to hide it. Yeah, exactly. Woo! And now I just have a nice full view of that. And if I want it back, I click on the little bookshelf. And now my books are all open and I can find what I need again. Okay? Now, if you have downloaded OneNote, you can actually see it in OneNote. So for example, if I were to click here, you can actually see it right there. Okay? So, but if you don't have OneNote, then the web view will be good. Okay? Now, what am I doing next? We were still in Teams, and I need to add a channel. Add a channel. And this is going to be lesson videos. And this is for everyone. And what I do is after school, I take the video and I upload it to YouTube. I do not edit it. So if there's 10 minutes in there where you're doing homework or whatever, like you're spending, if there's some work time or you're doing a lab or whatever, it's just blank. So you might have to fast forward. Okay, but the video will be there if you are away and you need to get caught up. But there's nothing because we haven't done anything yet. We'll talk about stress management a little bit later when you actually have something to be stressed about. I just put it up here because, I mean, you're in grade 9. To be honest with you, in terms of like the work for science, it shouldn't be that stressful. Being in grade 9 itself, though, might be stressful. So if you are, is it not here? Oh, it's not here. I have to upload all the stuff. I just have to transfer it over from another one. But there's a bunch of sites that you can go to that do things like teach you breathing techniques, that teach you like ways of calming yourself and various things like that. Study techniques. We are actually going to take a look at one of these today, and it is called spaced repetition. Okay, so we're going to watch a little video and learn about spaced repetition. And hopefully,
with medicine.
Okay, too loud. And why? Oh, I need to, oh. There we go. Okay. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. You know what? If I go and I do this and I put it in Chrome, Chrome knows who I am, and Chrome has ad block on it. There we go. Now we don't have to watch ads.
Still participate.
Okay, so this is a very powerful study technique, and I will try my best to scaffold this for you. So in other words, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this part of your lessons, is that we do spaced repetition. So we'll do one thing today, and we'll come back to it in 2 days, and we'll come back to it a week from now, okay? And just watch, because there's proven research that shows that this stuff works. What does that y-axis represent? Memory strength. So how strong is your memory? Okay? Uh-oh. So in this example, they're trying to understand the concepts by making flowcharts. We'll have lots of different ways of helping you to understand things, but one of the things I'm relying on you for is that if I do something up here and you're like, I don't get it, like just seriously be like, not getting it yet. That's the most effective way to actually understand something. And I know sometimes it's like, I don't want to be the one asking the question, but if you don't ask the question, then, and nobody's asking the question, then you'll never find out and you'll never get that explained for you. Okay? It is my job to make things clear to you. And if I'm not doing that, it makes me sad because I like to do a good job. Okay? So let me know if something is not clear. All right? My best students ask the most questions, and that's because they get all their misunderstandings cleared up right away. Okay?
So we're now calling briefly last name beginning with the letter I to O. Please go to Gym 2 for your photo, grade 8. Last name beginning with I to the letter O. Please go to Gym 2 for photo.
Okay. What does that mean, the gradient of the curve?
No.
It flattens a bit. Talk with your partner and see what you think. What does it mean that the gradient of the curve flattens a bit? Chat with your neighbors. And if you don't have a neighbor, you chat with me.
Why is it special?
Yeah, you sort of got that strong primary memory. What's the first curve like compared to the second one? Yeah. Yeah, and the second one.
Yo, give me one.
Yeah.
Give me one piece, bro. One piece.
Okay. What do you notice is different? Shh. What do you notice is different about the second curve as opposed to the first curve? The second curve doesn't touch the ground. So if this is your memory, instead of going from a strong memory down to close to zero, the second time you study something, the same concept, your memory goes up and then it does go down over time, but it doesn't get as low. Okay? So the slope, the gradient, that's sort of like the steepness of that graph is less. So you'll remember more after learning it a second time. So if you really want to do well on a test, you could cram for the test, and usually even by like the next day, you've forgotten half of it. But if you study it here and then you study it on day 2, and then you study it again on day 7, by the test, you'll be like, oh, I remember a lot more. Okay? So regular review is important. And you guys are in that transition grade between little grade 8s, right? And then in grade 10, you know what happens in grade 10? That's right. Even me, I become a man. Oh, no, hang on. No, in grade 10, you start getting letter grades and percentages. Okay? Grade 9, we're still doing developing, et cetera, but in grade 10, the subjects start to get more challenging, and they start to become more rigorous. Like it's going to be required for you to actually put in more effort. So we are transitioning you this year from elementary school. You've now done a year of high school, and now we're getting you ready to be a senior student as opposed to a junior student. Okay? And one of the successful things that senior students do is to use spaced repetition. Okay, now he does this spiel for Anki, which you can look into if you want to, but I feel like it's kind of I don't know, it's an ad, essentially, is what he's doing. So we're going to stop that at this point. And I'm not kidding myself. How many of you are probably going to cram the night before? I know there's a lot of you. But what I'm hoping is that some of you, at least, will start to try these techniques out, see if they work for you, see if you start getting some success with them. Okay? All right, so those are our study techniques, and then at the bottom there's an upcoming quizzes and tests, which will tell you if you have an upcoming quiz or test, which lo and behold, you do not, because we haven't done anything. Are you sensing a trend? We have done nothing. All right. Now, we are supposed to show you a presentation, which you may or may not have seen twice already. So we're not going to spend very much time on it. Have you seen this before? Yes? Okay. Let's see. I need to go to my school email, and I'm only going to hit on the things that are different for this class than for, say, another class, possibly. Okay? So we need Ms. What's her name? Ms. Binning. There we go. Oh, not that one. And we need that one. Okay, you have had this presentation twice already. So you should know this really well by now. You have had spaced repetition. You've learned it twice. And now you're going to do it for a third time, but in order to have such good understanding, you're going to try and make meaning of it. So instead of me telling you what the policy is for cell phones, you are going to tell your neighbors, okay? So tell your neighbors, what is the policies for cell phones?
No have cell phones. I know you. When I'm waiting. I like it.
Okay. So, class time. What about cell phones? Yes? No?
Only if the teacher specifically tells you to pull it out for other activity.
Exactly. Only if the teacher tells you to pull it out for a certain activity. It's class time. Ms. Spence, may I go to the bathroom? Can you take your cell phone with you? No. Do you have to retire it to the hotel? You should retire actually, yes. When you leave to go to the washroom, I have a cell hotel here. I don't have her address on here yet, but I need to because I wanted my class list to be finalized. I'm going to be putting your name up here. They will all be in alphabetical order. So when you go to the washroom, you're going to put your phone in the cell hotel. And when you come back, you can put it back into your bag. Because one thing we don't want, what about cell phones in the bathroom?
No, it's nasty.
No, because it's nasty. You are exactly right. Okay? Cell phones in the bathroom, A, it's nasty. B, it means that there are people in there doing weird, it's just bad. It's just not good. Just don't. Okay. How about during breaks? Try and minimize it. I mean, honestly, start bringing a book, start bringing cards, right? I don't know, when I was in high school, there were no cell phones, so we had to amuse ourselves. And we actually had what looked like to me a better time than people on their phones. So.
We ain't grouping, you have to go.
All right. Get out. Tell your partner what you know about absences and lates. What have you learned today about absences and lates? And there will be no throwing things.
That was pretty everything.
No, just no throwing things. As long as there's no gum under the desk, I'm happy.
Yeah, what are you doing? I need not. You should try. Long enough. Hey. Put in the trash can. That's it. Workers, I'm trash.
Okay. Now that the announcement's over, what is the school policy regarding lates and absences? Do you know what happens? Yes.
And if you're late, then if you're late so many times, then they call the rear bands.
Okay. Do you know how many times is too often? Two. Okay. So you got two kind of for free, but if you are away or late more than 2 times, then we have to call home. Okay. This is given to us by the administration. I don't know how thrilled I am about it because it takes a lot of my time. So please be kind to me. I don't want to spend my after school time. I would much rather go home, make my dinner, do some exercise rather than emailing and phoning parents. That does not bring joy to my life. Okay. And it will not bring joy to your life either. And what we are going to try and do this year is we are going to try and have as much joy in our lives as possible. Yes? Okay? So do not make me phone home. It will make me unhappy. And it will make you unhappy. All right. Okay. Now, most of this boils down to be a decent human being. Yes?
Yeah.
Be a decent human being. And treat others as though they are decent human beings, because you know what? They are. Okay? Sometimes they may not act like it, but they are underneath it all. I know, you're 14. There's weird hormones and things, so sometimes you might get goofy. I remember grade 9. Grade 9, I laughed a lot. Oh my God, I never laughed so much in my life as I did in grade 8 and 9. It's a good time. Appreciate it. You never get it back again. You know when you're laughing so hard, you fall down and you're crying? That happens more in grade 8 and 9 than any other time in your life. So appreciate it. Okay. Ooh, do you guys know Steve Martin?
No, I don't speak Barbie though.
Steve Martin was a comedian back in the 70s, and this is just really reminding me of a song he sang. He plays the banjo, and he sang this song. Be courteous, kind, and forgiving. Be gentle and peaceful each day. And then I forget, be kind and love all your neighbors, and have a good thing to say. And it eventually ends up with him singing, be obsequious, purple and clairvoyant. Anyway, I'll try and find the song for you. It's pretty awesome. But in general, be courteous, kind, and forgiving. Be gentle and peaceful each day. Okay, what else have we got here? Phones. Absences, lates. I think for lates, what I will probably do is I will probably shut the door and have like a little late slip outside, so that if you arrive after the bell, then you'll have to just wait out there for a minute and just write your name and the date and why you're late. Does that make sense? That way it makes it easier for me to keep track of, because if I try and keep track, my brain is just going to overload and explode. Okay?
Do you mean by play a physical game?
I have no idea. What that to me sounds stupid in a science lab. Okay, we are not playing a physical game. This came from the administration as well. So if you are finished early, make sure you are bringing something to do. I'm going to go out and buy a few decks of cards, so that if you like to play cards, you can do that. I have some science games up there that nobody has ever played. They've been there for years and nobody plays them. I have no idea if they're any good or not. Have a book, have some puzzles, and if anybody is interested, I used to teach the Science 9 enriched program when there was such a thing. So if you are interested in enriching yourself, I can provide that for you. Okay, like I have extra little things that you can do along the way. Totally optional. You will be graded on it, but it's all just bonus marks. Yeah? So if you do the enriched stuff, and you get 50% on it, that's 50% bonus marks. Yes? So it's not like 50% counting against you. It's like, you've got these extra things. So some people like to do it in one unit. Some people like to do it in all the units. Some people don't do it at all. And that's fine. Whatever you like. Okay? And I think maybe, God, I hope that's all. Is this all? Ooh, flex. If you are not doing well, or you're not understanding something, where should you come? Flex. How many people have made use of flex in grade 8? Little bit. Okay. I'm glad to see that there's some of you. Okay. If you're not doing well, I will actually ask you to come in, and I will if you don't do it on your own, I will contact your parents and say, hey, so-and-so needs to come into flex. All right? And again, don't make me call your parents, because I don't like it. Nobody likes it. And I think, is that it? Oh no, how to contact me. Do you guys know how to find your teacher's emails on our school website? Raise your hand if you know how to find your teacher's emails on the school website. We all do? I see some hands that are kind of like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I just don't know. So I'm going to quickly show you on our school website. You go here and you say departments. I think this is where, or is it staff? Let's try staff. No, that's for staff. See, this is why I'm showing you, because I could be confused too. Where is science? Here's science. Ah, look at this. And here we have Ms. Spence. Okay? So your teacher should be here. I noticed that they haven't updated these since last year. I'll let them know because you have me, but there might be another teacher who's not updated yet. Okay? So you go, where do you go? You go to... Where do we go?
Staff.
Not staff. Staff is like for staff. It's like we request a field trip. Okay? Where do we go? Departments. And you say, I'm going to be away for my English class and I need to contact my English teacher. And here they all are. Here are their emails. Is good? Okay. Where do you go? Starts with a D. Where do you go? Departments. Where do you go? Where do you go to find your teacher's email?
In the school website.
In the school website. What tab? Starts with a D. It's departments. Where do you go? Departments. Where do you go? Departments. Where do you go? 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 And what do you find when you go to departments? Your email contact. Okay, good. All right. So that was that. And now, are we going to actually do something now? Yes, we are. We are going to. We're going to actually do something because I know it's been a lot of talking, Ms. Fancy Yakety Yak. So turn to page 1 of your new workbook. So for each lab bench, okay, if there's 2 people at the lab bench, you are going to get 1 ring stand, and the ring stands are back here. Okay? If there are 3 of you, I suggest that you get 2 ring stands because otherwise it's just harder to have 3 people working on 1 ring stand. Look back here. You are also going to get a ring clamp. It doesn't matter which size, but I would say probably the largest size is the best. See, I told you grade 9 spent all your time laughing. All right. And you put your ring clamp on the ring stand. And you are going to learn how to tie a knot. This is a useful knot for science labs. We're going to use it in a lab we do next week. It's useful for camping and it's useful for boating. So should you enjoy any of those activities, or even if you don't enjoy them, you're going to learn how to do a round turn and 2 half hitches. What's in here? What's in here? String. Every single person is going to come and get a piece of string.
Pick a string.
All of you are going to go get a ring stand and a ring clamp, or maybe 2 if per table. Okay, if you've got 3 people at a table. And I'm going to put up a video that walks you through this. You can follow the instructions there, or you can watch the video, or both. Okay? So, it is time for you to go now.
I want to take yours.
Sorry?
Let's take this one.
You at? Yeah, absolutely.
I know, I get it. I think you just go. Brayden, you can grab the string and you can watch her. Yeah, John, you go over there. Wait, Yeah, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. Unless you wanna get I need to see this tutorial.
Hi, right there.
So you can follow the instructions for the book, or you can follow along in the video.
I did it.
And if you want to show me, we're not talking about the, call me over. Everyone needs to show me before we're done. Yes. That's lovely. Show me how to do it.
Let's see how you do it, Elias. Yo, what the hell are you doing? Oh, you're doing. What are you doing?
That's got it. Nice. Anyone else want to show their help time?
I got it.
See it. And if you're having trouble, you stand there and no, I know. Yes.
Well, I got it.
I don't think
Do my work. Please stop.
yeah,
Great. No. You're trying to tell me one right.
I didn't know.
You're like, oh no, I'm barely. Oh, you know.
I'm doing that. Rub it.
No, I'm moving on.
Hey, we're nice.
Right. I know.
Right.
Whoops. No.
Yeah.
And then. Okay, so what was it over? I did that. I did that. No, I'm doing it after. Stop. Five. Right? Good. Same thing. It's real. No, it's not. It feels like that. It's too negative. Be good. Moving up. Really? You do it again. If you show me and you feel confident, you can do it tomorrow, because we are going to do it tomorrow at the very beginning of class. You can put your stuff away. If you don't feel confident yet, try it a few more times. I just keep walking. No, we're not over yet.
I think we should be fine.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yep, that's how you write it.
If you have not yet cleaned up, take your stuff and put it back where it came from. We'll do this again tomorrow, and then next week that'll be our spaced repetition. We might do it once more on Friday, and then we'll do it next week during the lab. Okay?
I will go for it. I said enough.
I think we're ready. I know it's blinding, sorry. We're not packing up, we're not done. We got 10 minutes left. Is that page 12? Yeah, it's page 12.
What? I would be like that. What?
My pencil.
What?
Okay, let's do it packed up. We still have 10 minutes left and we're doing page 12.
And you are on your phone. That's your one warning. Okay?
So I can take it away right away, right? That's all you get in this class is one warning. That's it. I'm your backup.
I love it. I love it. It's great. Okay. So you're going to take your workbook. And if you put it away, you're going to take it out again. And you're going to turn to page 12. Okay. Does anyone need a writing implement? Anyone need a pencil? Nope. You will be writing. You need something to write with. Anyone need a pencil? Okay, your attention in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it matter or not? Boys,
What page are we on?
we are on page 12.
Thank you.
So you'll notice that very often when I go to the workbook, I will usually put it like highlighted in a circle, like when we first start something. That way you can figure out where to go. How many of you have, before now, known what the definition of matter is? Matter. Okay, see if you can tell your partner what is matter.
Everything you can hold, taste, or smell.
Mhm.
So I go, so does that mean a fart is matter? And they all
Yes.
look at me and go, well, think about it. They go, humans are matter. I go, yes, humans smell.
Okay. Shh. What two things? Shh. What two things does something need in order to be matter? Atoms. Yes, it does need atoms. One of the things starts with an M. Mass. Okay, so matter is anything that has mass and volume. And it's anything that is made of particles. And what are those? What is the smallest particle? Atoms. I mean, there's some that are smaller than that, but we're going to go with atoms, okay? So anything you can hold or taste or smell is matter. All right? That includes all man-made things and all sort of things of the natural world, like rocks and water and food and plants. Now, if something is non-matter, it's going to include things like energy. Light from a flashlight. That's not matter. The light is not matter. The heat coming off of a flame is not matter. In fact, the flame itself is just heat and light, so it's not matter. The smoke is matter. The wick is matter. But the heat and the light are, and the color are not matter. And yes, farts are matter. Mm-hmm. Absolutely true. So, I'd like you all to swish your hand. Swish your hand. Do you feel something going swish, swish, swish? What are you feeling?
Oxygen.
You're feeling only a little bit of oxygen, actually. Air is actually 80% nitrogen. 20% is oxygen, though. Okay? You are feeling the molecules of the air bashing against your skin. So you're actually feeling particles, little tiny particles bashing against your skin. And, yes. Well, no, because we got like 1 minute left. And I'm going to give you your homework and that's it. Okay? So, exercise. This is your homework. So, you are going to take each of these and put it in either the category matter or not matter. And next day, right after we've tied the round turn and 2 half hitches, we're going to go over this and see if everything makes sense to you. Okay? So you can get a start on it now. Some of you might even be able to get close to finishing right now. And yes, you may go to the washroom really quick. Or you can just wait until break. Because like literally it's like 3 minutes away. Anything that has mass.
This best, yes. Now, is flavor, is that like any flavor? Flavor's called flavor.
That's crushing.
Like what's causing the thing?
Oh, okay, so if
Aye.
it's
Hi.
so
Zombie
there
one.
are actually molecules.
That stereo's coming away. That says so.
Yes, right. Slide. Okay? Yeah, it doesn't And if you're Mr. Woodstock, you have to write, so.
What do you like?
I really want that. Doesn't matter, but it does. Carbon dioxide? Yeah. Yeah, fine.
I know you're not.
So what is the matter about that? So you've got it down.
No, I'm one.
I have 6.
Half of
Eight.
You're fine.
No, I don't.
It's having this. Right, no, keep it for like. Your version of this.
Everything was small.
Get a hot dog. Get a hot dog. I didn't
Now they say.
All right, I will see you all tomorrow. You're welcome. Have a good day. Hi. Are you Olivia?
Yes.
Excellent. Hi, Jade.
How do you know me?
I've been studying pictures. Like I've literally printed them out and I studied them, but it's been like first block, so I may have forgotten, but I'm trying to see if I remember. I know Jade from last year, so that's easy. Is it Aditya? Did I say it right? Yeah? Okay, cool.
I have questions about like the school cash online.
Yeah,
I saw like there's like 8 different workbooks.
it's just one price for the whole lot.
Isn't that?
No.
No.
So, actually, it's that pink one, is the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Because I have that one at home.
Yeah, and that's fine. We will be using it. So, like just sort of as an extra resource, because it's a good source of extra practice should you want. That's Victoria, and that is. That's
Lakewood. Yeah.
I was already.
I'm just trying to remember names. Yes. Okay. Okay.
What?
You must study.
I was studying. Okay. Part of my first crowd was studying. Now I don't have everybody on it. And I was having trouble with you Yeah, am I? She's hiding. She's like, it's weird lady knows my name.
I was like, everyone finished. I'm great at good, and then next semester, I got physics.
Everyone what happened right now? We just started.
I would need your notes, your test.
I know, I'm so like,
I'm so scared.
For chemistry 11
For
enriched?
physics.
Oh, yeah. Both, yeah. Physics is probably harder than chemistry. Chemistry just has a lot of material. Like it's just big.
No, I'm excited for chemistry. I'm just scared for physics.
Yeah, I hear ya. I'm not the best at physics either, and I turned out okay, so. It's cool. Like, the stuff is cool, but yeah. I wish I understood it better than I do.
Wait, I'll be. Yeah.
Okay, we're not doing science 9.
Oh, that scared me. That said homework, and I'm like, alright, you're great.
Oh, you have homework too.